Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope that your long vacation was amusing and now you have refreshed yourself and you're ready to start the new or to complete the course, inshallah. We still have 3 sessions. Do not forget that today is session number 10. Today is session number 10. So if you're going to use the site and the drive, you go to folder 10, session 10. Let's start. This is my first question. I would like you to answer it, please. I'm gonna just use my second account to check your answers. So would you please tell me? Yes. Oh, 3 people sent in the chat. I'm so sorry. Would you, can anyone please read the 3 answers because I haven't seen them? Oh, I can read them now. Hello. It's very noisy here, so I can. Okay, it's fine. So Mrs. Dalia was the first one to answer and said, yes, it is really important to write an overview in task 1. So can anyone explain why it is important to do so? Now I can read the chat. So if you're going to, Mr. Abdullah, I don't know, you're muted. I don't know if you're speaking or not, but we can't hear you. My voice? Now my voice is lagging?
Before that, it was lagging, yeah.
Okay. So my question is, how is it important? We said that it is really important. Can I know why?
It is important because it summarized or it presents the whole idea of the text.
Yes.
It has the main idea, yes.
Yes, and it is really important for a higher rank, for a better grade, for better score. That's why we should care for it and we should use it. Okay, so let's go now. I have 2 sentences, and I would like you to tell me what is the difference, if there is a difference between the 2 sentences.
The first one, you are sure, and the second one may be dangerous or not.
MashaAllah, Mr. Ahmed, thank you so much. So do you agree or disagree with Mr. Ahmed, guys?
I am just joining, so I tell the difference. Agree about what?
No, I'm telling them. Thank you so much for your answer, and let's see if the other friends agree or disagree with your answer. Anyway, you're highly appreciated. Thank you so much for being daring to answer, for being daring. Okay, guys. So Mr. Ahmed said that the first one you're sure, and the second one you're not very sure, or somehow. Give me 1 second. Okay, now you can hear me. Now you can hear me. Inshallah, there will be no lagging anymore.
That's
so
fine.
let's go back. Let's go back to the question, to the same question. Yes. What's the difference? If you agree with Mr. Ahmed, just tell me. If you have a different opinion, just tell me. Tell me in both cases. Yes. Hello, Mrs. Shaima. You have just joined. So my question is, what's the difference between the first and the second sentences that we have in front of us now? Okay, so thank you, Ms. Dua.
Thank you.
Shaima, are you gonna say anything? Okay, so
I'll be following from now. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So I do agree with Mr. Ahmed and Ms. Dua that when you use verb to be, that means you state a fact. So when you say it is dangerous, then it's dangerous. It's 100%. You're very sure. But when you say it can be dangerous, this is your own opinion. You might be wrong. You might be right. We are not very sure. So this is a great difference between both sentences. So if you're going to state a fact, you use verb to be. If you're going to reflect your own opinion or a thought that you think is true, so it's better not to use it is. You can say it can be. Okay, so this is something that we need to learn today. Okay, what do you think of using this way to categorize or to
But Mr. Hussein, if you want to state your opinion, and I use I think that or in my opinion, can I use verb to be, or we can use any?
because you use the word I think or I believe, then this is what you think.
Okay.
Okay. So what about using this in our paragraphs? When I say first of all, firstly, secondly, and so on, is this a good way to list your sequence concerning something, or what can you use instead?
You can use letters first. You can write.
Yes. You mean the word first in letters? It's the same idea. Okay, it's the same idea. I'm talking about the structure itself. So what do you think of this structure, my friends?
I don't get the question.
While you're writing an essay or something, do you use the technique or the structure of saying first of all, firstly, secondly, and so on, or you use it?
Yes, maybe if I want to speak about a process, in this case, I will try to use this expressions. First of all, second, thirdly, and so on.
Great. So you all use this technique, and you think this is the best way you can do concerning this issue, right? Or would you, or you can say a different thing?
I have another opinion.
Yes.
It's okay, and I think grammatically it's correct when we teach our students to talk about everything related to sequence, to use these sequence words or expressions like firstly, first, to begin, to start. But for us, if we want to express our perfectness, to use grammar, we can say, we can start with the second one, then go back to the first one using different expressions, like when we say after we can say like this, and we can play with the sequence according through using strong expressions.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your answer or your ideas. I'm just focusing on the use of this structure itself. So you said, or most of you said that yes, we do use these structures while talking or while writing. Okay, so today we would like to just use different structures. We don't want to use first of all, firstly, secondly, thirdly, because these like they seem like very traditional, and they just reflect that you know from before what you're going to say. And this is what we're trying to tell you, that in the IELTS exam, it's better to just be spontaneous. Just try to speak. You're not preparing answers in advance, and you go in the exam and you just give your answers. But you have to be natural. You have to speak naturally. So in the IELTS writing, we would like you to use different structures, to use a variety of vocabulary words, and of course your sentences and your essay will be error-free, inshallah. Okay. Is it advisable to use scientific or a specialist language in the IELTS exam, in the writing task? So if, let's say that they speak about electricity, and mashallah, Mr. Abdullah is an engineer, and he was specialized in electricity. So can he use scientific language while he's writing? Is this a good idea?
What exactly do you mean by scientific or specialist language? You mean terminology?
Yes, I mean you're using terms related to the topic, and I'm not going to say that you're showing off with your information, but you're using some terms related to the topic that you're using, or that you're.
I think if the topic is scientific or it expresses something like related to science, yes. Right?
Yes.
If I'm talking about a chart which is full of scientific ideas, so I think we can use this language.
Okay, thank you so much. What about the others? What do you think, guys? Are you for or against?
I agree with what she said. We should use a language or vocabulary that's related to the same topic. If we speak about electric.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Shama, go ahead. Thank you, Mr. Rahman.
I guess that IELTS topics in general, they are supposed to be, they are designed so that everybody, whether they are specialized or not specialized, will be able to talk in a way or another. So it's not necessary to use like very specialized terminology. This is supposed to be written by anyone, whether he or she is specialized or not. I don't know.
MashaAllah, thank you so much, Mrs. Dalia. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed and Mrs. Shaima. I do agree with Shaima that the exam is assigned for every normal person, and of course it's great if you know some terminology related to the topic, but you don't have to use this because the assessor himself may not be very aware of the scientific terms or the terms that are related to the topic. So you just write normally. Yes, general information, Ms. Dua and Ms. Wala. Thank you so much. So what do we need? What do we need? We need to use formal language, and we need to use collocation. And what comes related to the idea of using collocation, guys? Can you tell me, if you're going to use collocation, what is related to this? Any idea? Okay, I'm gonna tell you. If you're going to write your essay, I do not recommend that people translate their Arabic thoughts into English. It's really not advisable, because you can't design the sentences in the same way. So that's why I assured that you use collocation, which will be different if you're using Arabic into English translation. Okay, so in order to avoid this, I have to practice thinking in English and writing in English, and mashallah, alhamdulillah, all of you are doing the same. So because you're teachers and you're teaching your students this. Okay, so what do you think of this sentence, my friends? I need all of you to just type their answers or speak to me. What do you think of this sentence in front of you? Is it a good one?
No.
Why?
It's very vague.
Because the word good is the common word.
So what do we need? What do we need here?
We need to search for another. We need to search for another word instead of good.
I agree with both of you. Mr. Abdullah would like to change the word good, and Mrs. Shamat would like to look for a different adjective, a higher standard word. So, and this is, thank you, Ms. Sana, and welcome, Ms. Sana. We need to change the structure. In IELTS writing, we're not going to use the normal sentences that people use. We have to use a more examples to use the words.
Something like that, an adjective described by an adverb.
I just need the sentence. Give me the sentence.
Okay, let's think. Okay, so mobile phones are highly useful for most people, for many people, not for people in general. So more mobile. Let me write it down. That's better.
Okay. Hello, Mrs. Maroon. Thank you so much. Good evening and welcome. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Sana. Mrs. Sana said that can you replace use useful instead of. Okay, thank you so much, Mrs. Maroon. You're welcome. Okay, so yes, some people said that they are going to type.
Mr. Hussein,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I have to leave the session.
Yes, I read your sentence. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Inshallah, I will listen to the record.
I'm always here if you need help. Thank you so much. Okay, so Mrs. Shaima said that mobile phones are greatly useful for many people, change people into grown-ups. Okay, maybe. Thank you so much. So, guys, do you think that if we change the word people into grown-ups, have we maintained the idea now, or we changed it? Have we kept the idea as it is?
The idea is changed. We're not speaking about people generally, but there is a point related to the sentence I have seen at the beginning when I just logged into the session. Is it not? Can we, instead of saying mobile phones are, because it's as if we're stating a fact, let's say mobile phones can be highly useful for many people, for example, instead of are?
Yeah,
But it should be using are here, because this one is a fact. We have different uses.
I do agree with you, Mr. Ahmed, mashallah, because Mr. Shaima, these mobile phones are really useful.
Yeah, they are.
I'm not reflecting my point of, maybe some people just, if you said mobile phones can be, this is your own opinion. You think they are not useful. You're not using them. But they are.
All using them.
Yes. Okay. So let's see here, guys. We can say there can be no doubt that mobile phones are extremely useful. Do you think that I kept the idea or I changed the idea?
It's the same idea.
So
expressed differently.
Yes. This is what we would like you to use, guys. We need you to use adverbs. We need you to use adjectives, because this makes the structure more powerful. Okay. Now, this is an example. More and more students are choosing to study at colleges and universities in a foreign country. Now, I would like you to make a scale between the benefits and the drawbacks. And let's see which one outweigh the other. So, you're going to be divided into pairs. You think for like the best at the end. Now, you're 10, not 9, yes?
No, you're logged in using 2 accounts. We're only 9.
Now we're 9, yes. Someone left. I don't know what.
Someone left, yes.
Yes. Okay, so we're gonna make it like 3 people. Group
3,
work.
yes.
Okay, so now tell me, are you going to answer on your own or in a group?
In a group.
Are you going to just mention the benefits of studying abroad?
No, comparing benefits to drawbacks.
Okay, are you going to tell me which one wins, or you just mention the benefits and the drawbacks?
We're gonna tell you which one
just to
wins.
mention the 2.
Only mention the 2 different sides?
No, we will say which one wins according to our discussion.
Yes, which one is better? So after discussing and mentioning that these are the drawbacks, these are the benefits, now you tell me which one is better than the other. Okay? Now, Mrs. Sana, did you get the question?
Yeah, now it's clear. Like it's going to be a debate.
Yes. Now, guys, we're going to rooms. Now, let's join, please. Join. I sent you invitations, please. You have only 5 minutes to do the task. I paused, Mrs. Aya, I paused, Mr. Abdullah, I'm gonna pause the recording, so please remind me when we come back.
So far, so good.
Well, alhamdulillah. So I need every room 1, room 2, room 3 to mention one benefit and one drawback. In the beginning, we say one benefit, one drawback. Then you can also mention that the benefits when or the drawbacks are better. So what do you think? Room 1?
So who was in room 1 to answer, to respond?
Room 1 was empty, I guess. No one was there.
Really?
We didn't
had
know
to-
our room number.
know
I
that
guess
I was in
Actually, I
room 2.
forgot to look at the number of my.
Asma, Aya, were in room 1.
Wala and Sana.
And Sana, yes, Sana, I saw your name. So
Yeah.
Sana, you were in room 1 and you don't know which room was
No,
it?
I didn't notice the number of the room.
Okay, tell me one benefit and one drawback.
So one of the benefits is like to be exposed to different cultures, to be more responsible, to carry more responsibility, and that's it. You said one. So one of the drawback is, should I give a chance for anyone else to speak or carry on?
Room 1 members, Aya. Oh, Aya is in a noisy place.
Aya, Wala, and Asma.
Asma was late, so that's why she was.
Yeah, I just joined at the end.
Celine. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry, but okay, room 2. Who was in room 2?
Mr. Abdullah, Mr. Ahmed, and I.
Okay, who's gonna talk? Okay, who's
Yes,
gonna?
go, Shema. Yeah, go.
Someone will say the benefit. Another person will say the drawback, and the third will say which one did you choose? Which one outweighed the other?
Okay, you can go, Mr. Abdullah. Okay. It's okay. You want?
Yeah. As for the yes, Ms. Shema, go. Yeah.
You go, Mr. Abdullah. It's okay.
You have written. You have written something. Yeah, you have written. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So one of the benefits is maybe studying a new language and making new friends.
Thank you so much. One drawback.
Have communication difficulties.
Thank you so much. Which one outweighs the other, Mr. Abdullah?
The benefits. We agree with the benefits. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, now room number 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Who are the of
Ms.
room number
Nadia
3?
and Miss Iman, I guess, Miss Wala. So
It was only me and Dua. Iman was muted. So
okay.
me and Dua.
Okay.
We wrote very quickly. So me and Dua said about some benefits. The first one is that it makes one more independent and have to be more responsible, and also to take advantage of the most excellent university of higher rank abroad. One of the drawbacks, I think, the high costs. It was not enough time, so we wrote only the high cost. We can add missing family.
Great.
Dua, you can add.
Okay, Dua, which one did you choose to outweigh the other?
Can I say my opinion?
Yes, Dua.
Yes, of course.
I think it depends on the person themselves. So if he is
Yeah, sure. It depends on the person.
the personality, some people would make the most benefit of it, and some people that would be like so hard for them, from everywhere. So I think it depends on the person.
So
Overall,
you say that they are equal.
yeah,
Okay.
but
We need your own point of view. The point of view of Dua.
it depends on the person himself. But more people tend to have it as a good experience. And it's good also because I'm a little bit of a human, so because it makes the racist people sort of know, not judged by the. So if like someone would judge like Asia for whatever they're judging it, when they go visit there, they would know the real people. Do you know what?
Okay.
I don't
Yes,
think.
miss. Thank you so much. Would anyone like to add any idea?
Yes, we had an idea at the end that yes, there are many drawbacks, but they seem all, or most of them seem to be problems that anyone faces when they travel abroad. So they can be temporary, and they can, a person can overcome them easily. So in that case, the benefits will outweigh the drawbacks. That was the idea.
Okay. So after discussing your ideas about the problem or the question, I would like to tell you that we can't judge the question according to our own thoughts. So we have to mention the benefits, we have to mention the drawbacks. If they ask us to tell our own opinion, then we have to say benefits are okay or the drawbacks are okay. This is what we have to learn here. Okay, so let's discuss the ideas. First of all, we go through the benefits. I know that I didn't ask you to write many. We said that only one is enough, will be enough. So I guess that some students would like to study at some prestigious universities, and you know that the higher the cost of the university, the better lecturers will be there. So this is another point. A different point will be that if you study abroad, that gives you a push forward and higher than the people who are studying in your own country. So these are three of the benefits. We have some more, that you broaden your horizons. You are exposed to different cultures. I guess one of the rooms said the same point. And you're indulged in the language itself, and you know the culture, not only the language or the vocabulary groups. The drawbacks, concerning the drawbacks, you said that you're going to be homesick. You said that you have some problems concerning the visa applications or the papers or paperwork. Some room one, I guess, said that there will be a communication problem in the beginning, maybe. And we said that it costs much more than studying in your own country. Some people, as Dua and Dalia said, that it depends on the people. Some may experience culture shock. So we mentioned 6 benefits and 6 drawbacks, because I'm not taking any side. I'm just in the middle now. Okay. Now I have a different opinion. I would like you to read this. Yes, Ms. Dua.
So we said that we are not going to mention what our opinion.
Why?
Like we are not going to choose one from. If
no, the question asked you which one outweighed the other. So you have to say which one outweighed the other. So if you choose that you're in favor of studying abroad, then studying abroad is better for students. Or you say, no, we don't recommend that people study abroad. Okay. I'm going to cover this point later on. Now read the topic below, then look at how the writer is going to make this action plan by looking at the topic from different aspects. Some people believe that it's wrong to keep animals in zoos, while others think that zoos are both entertaining and ecologically important. discuss both views and give your opinion. So are you going to mention your opinion?
Yes.
Because they asked you to do.
Yeah.
So when they ask you to give your opinion, we have to put it there. So are you going to discuss the idea that animals should be kept in zoos?
And
Yes.
in addition to the other idea too. Yes.
Are we going to discuss this idea that animals should be kept in zoos?
Yeah, this is what the question says. It says discuss, then tell your opinion. Am I right?
Hi. Hello.
Is my voice clear?
Your voice is lagging.
Can you hear me? I
Yes.
can't hear you, Ms. Sana. You're
Oh,
not.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm far away from my laptop, that's why. The question says
Maybe
clearly. What about now?
So type, guys, if you're speaking and I can't hear you. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Hussein.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
It's fine. What's wrong? You can't hear me well?
No, yeah. Go.
Yes, you can hear me. Okay, I can't hear you. Is anyone talking? I have a problem.
We are. Yes, we are talking.
Okay, wait.
You have to write this down to him.
So,
We are talking.
Is anyone talking?
Hello.
Yes, we are talking.
Yes, now I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay, I'm so sorry for this. I'm just asking to. Yes, thank you, guys. Thank you. Now I'm asking, are you going to cover the idea that animals should be kept in zoos?
Yes.
As the question states,
Okay.
yes, it says discuss, then write, tell your opinion.
Both ideas. If
Yes.
you think that animals should be kept in zoos, if you think that they shouldn't be kept in zoos, so
We have to
you
discuss both and take a stand
both.
at the end.
Yes, and take one side. You're not going to work in groups. You want to work on your own.
Isn't that the difference between argumentative and persuasive? This is an argument. We are speaking about two ideas and then taking a stand at the end.
We'll see. It's a different idea. Okay, now you have 5 minutes that started now. Now we come back at 8:46 Egypt time because I'm in Egypt. So you have 5 minutes. You work on your own. I'm gonna pause the recording. I'm here. So if you would like to talk to me, but I guess that you're working. Thank you so much.
What should we do now?
You just list some ideas why animals should be kept in zoos. List some ideas why animals shouldn't be kept in zoos, and which side are you taking?
Okay.
You have 5 minutes. You come back at 8:47. Yes. Who can tell me how did you think about the question?
For benefits and drawbacks, I was like sitting on a fence and think about it scientifically.
So this is the answer I'm looking for. You try to find the answer from the scientific view. Thank you so much. Does anyone has anyone found another way to look at the question? So Karim looked at the through the scientific method. Now, Shana?
I took the approach of ethics and the humane attitude.
Perfect. So now we have two different views. We looked through ethics.
You can add a third one.
Yes.
Economically.
Perfect. More than perfect. This is what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the answer. I don't want to know how animals live in zoos or whatever. I need to look through the ethics, the economics, and the scientific methods or views, I'm sorry. So do you have any other idea, such like in the same way that we have just mentioned?
I didn't take this approach, but maybe environmental also.
It's number one here. So we can look at the
It's
topic,
scientific.
yes, through an
I'm
environmental
always reading ideas. I'm always reading minds.
Okay, so concerning the environment, these are the positive ideas, by the way. So these are four. So zoos play an important role in wildlife. This is environmentally. I would like you, I'm just waiting for you to go through the lines. So concerning the environmental perspective, here is the answer. Concerning the economic, Ms. Dalia, you're here. Concerning the economic idea, this is the answer. Personal, maybe the ethics or the humane idea of Shaima. This is the idea. So we mentioned three positive ideas that will cover the point, which is for keeping animals in zoos. But if we looked for negatives through the environmental perspective as well, they are artificial. I can't keep animals this way, and I study them because this is not natural. They weren't meant to be kept in zoos. They have to be left in the open, and then I study them. I guess this is repeated. From the moral perspective, so guys, do you remember the poem that we used to teach our students? That do you know the title of the poem that attack people who watch animals in cages? Do you know what is the title of this poem? People who are teaching in Egypt. I can't hear you. I don't know why, and I don't know if you're speaking or not.
No one is speaking. We are trying to remember.
It's Don't Stare. I don't know if you have taught this before or not, but it's a nice poem. I'm gonna look for it on the internet and send it to you. Because
is it caged animals?
Yes, and animals were very annoyed that people are staring at them. Okay, so here.
If Mr. Abdullah can mute himself because we can hear an echo, maybe your voice isn't clear.
Mr. Abdullah is talking, you mean, or he need to mute himself because
only to mute?
Okay. Oh, I helped him. I muted Mr. Abdullah.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Now thinking about the topics from different perspectives is useful technique. So now we learned that we can look through different perspectives on the same topic. We can say how useful it is economically, environmentally, ethically, morally, scientifically, or whatever. Socially, so we have different techniques, we have different perspectives, and we can cover like at least three, which will give us a variety of ideas to cover.
So
now, in
only mention one point or maybe a couple of them?
I guess that in order to meet the requirement of the exam, which is 250 words, I guess that one idea will not be enough. So at least two, I guess. Some people write three ideas, three different paragraphs. And we're going to just have a variety of styles, because you can write the positives in one paragraph, then the negatives in the other paragraph, then you have the introduction and the conclusion, then your essay will be perfect. Some people make them three.
Yes.
So in IELTS writing task 2, your introduction doesn't have to be that long. It has to be short and simple. So long introductions will be a waste of time. Okay. We need two things in a good introduction. We need to introduce the topic, of course, and we need the sentence to be short and answer the question if they ask you to give your idea or your opinion. Now it's time for your task. It's time for your task.
Can I ask a question?
Mr. Hussein,
Surely,
the
yes.
opinion, if I ask about my opinion, I said at the start or at the end? I stated at the start or
In
at
the
end?
beginning. In the beginning, and you can repeat it in the end. Mrs. Sana, I guess you were talking?
Me, it's me.
Ms. Dalia, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Actually, I understand from our session now that we are comparing and contrasting, right? And we learned that when we want to write an essay about compare and contrast, now with the arms, are we going to follow the paragraph forms or the ideas form?
I don't know who was talking, I guess Dua, that you may mention the positives in one paragraph, the negatives in the second paragraph. You use the introduction, then you use the conclusion, then this is your essay. It's now fine because we ask you to
paragraph
write
form.
Yes.
You mean to list all the advantages in one paragraph, then the
Yes.
disadvantages in the same sequence in another paragraph.
In another paragraph, you have you have the introduction, you have the conclusion, then you're done. And if you're if you're not covering two sides and you're talking about only one topic, you can make like 3 different paragraphs in the body itself. Yes.
Yeah, because when you talked about the advantages and disadvantages of the animals in the zoos, when we are talking about many perspectives, when we have more than one idea and perspectives, it's preferable to list the perspectives and you talk in each paragraph about one perspective, but about the advantages and the disadvantage, then to move to the other one.
Both are fine. If you're going to mention one paragraph and you say environmentally, it's good to keep animals in zoos for such and such, while other people think that it's not favorable because you keep them in zoo, you keep them in cages and it's such and such. So you mention both sides.
So we are free to use the form that we feel free.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay. Okay, now guys, this is the task. I'm going to assign 25 minutes. Of course, we said that task 2. If you remember, task 1, we said that you can spend like 20 minutes. In task 2, you spend like 40 minutes. Okay? So now you have like 40 minutes to just cover this topic. And I guess, inshallah, it will be fine. You have 25 minutes and you have 10 extra minutes to pray al-Isha before you start as a kind of break. So you have 35 minutes. Is this enough or it's too much? What do you think?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, it's fine.
Yes, fine.
So we are going to write an essay about this one. The task is
Please, yes,
displayed
please.
now, right?
Yes. Take a screenshot or use your phone to photo and send it to the group as well. You're done?
Yes, we are.
Okay. So now, I just have to pause me to record. So I have just done it. So how was the task? A bit difficult or easy?
Yes, a bit difficult because I didn't have enough information about this topic.
Okay. So what about the others?
Yes, I'm here. I have a great introduction and a conclusion. Yes.
MashaAllah.
I'm not that scientific.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. So if we looked at this sample answer, we're going to find that we rephrased the question. As you know that we have some ideas that we were just using. We agreed that we need to rephrase the question. So this is the same words, the same idea, using different words. Have a look at this. We talked about how important GM is, or the debate that people have different opinions. And if you can see that the writer did not take or took any of the sides. did not take any of the sides. He just said that there is a great debate concerning GM food. And in the first paragraph, I need you to look at this and tell me, is this for or against the GM food?
It's for from the beginning.
So here we said that those people who are in favor of this method in production argue that the words in dark blue are ideas that the man used to convince you that GM food is perfect. So he said food production can be massively increased. He said that food can be actually be improved by adding vitamins. He also said that fruit and vegetables can also last much longer. So he used three different ideas. One, he mentioned the first idea without any explanation because he said that this idea is enough. While when he added a new idea, he said, secondly, they believe that food can actually be improved by adding vitamins. And he gave an example. In the third one, he explained it more. He said fruit and vegetables can also last much longer if the gene that represents them is modified. This means that they can be stored for much longer. So he mentioned the idea and he explained it. So he mentioned one idea and he didn't add anything. He said this is enough. He mentioned another idea and gave an example. He mentioned the third idea and he explained the idea. And this was the question raised by Mrs. Dahlia, because she said, you told us now we just practiced a little, then you told us to go and write. Yes, I would like you to go and write. Then we're going to compare your answer with how we should do how to organize our paragraph. Yes, Mrs. Dahlia?
Just I want to ask, in IELTS exam, will be there will be available for us some, I don't know how to ask this. They will give us some time to ask, you said like about 40 minutes to write this essay. There will be some resources to have our examples or something, or we have to have all of this information by ourselves from our minds, even the examples and sources and everything. Okay, thanks.
MashaAllah, Mrs. Dahlia, I like your questions. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Thank you.
Mrs. Dahlia, you're not going to do the exam after 2 hours. We still have some time for who can continue, who can complete my sentence. We still have time for
read and practice.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
MashaAllah, Mrs. Sana.
The thing is that when we read and practice, we practice to write. But
yes, you're going to find the information, inshallah.
Practice many, we can't expect the scientific, for example, this is science. So how can we expect you understand my question?
General ideas. I would like you to add general ideas. If you looked at these three ideas, they are general. But
to be honest, we didn't have those ideas. We didn't have any idea about them.
Okay, let me be more specific. When we had the speaking sessions, for example, Mrs. Our friend, thanks for her, Diana, mashallah, she summarized and she presented the main topics: friendship, homes, books, universities, like this. Are you going to help us in giving us the more important and general topics in writing also?
We're covering many topics. I'm giving you some examples. If you check the folder now, I left you some samples. Next session, I will leave you some samples. You're going to read, but we don't have, it's not like speaking that the topics are specific and
there.
They are
in the internet and everywhere, but in writing, I didn't notice. Because of this, I'm asking.
I'm gonna provide you with many samples for different topics.
I have another question
at the end of the day, you're going, after much practice, much reading, you're going to have much information to deliver, to reflect. So I do not want you to, they are not going to assess your information. So if you said that GM food is extremely important because people rely on that for the future, they are not going to tell you no, they are not going to rely on that. So the information itself are not assessed. We're using or where we care about the use of language, the structure and the variety of structures and the vocabulary range that you're using, not the information itself.
That's good. That's
Okay, is this
I-
better?
yeah, much better. This
Yes,
means
thank
that we
you.
can like make up ideas, provided that we provide the perfect structure and use a wide range of vocabulary, right?
And at the same time, you're not going to say, do you know that in 1999, the GM food was 3%? Because how did you know this?
And you avoid telling wrong
Yeah,
things.
yes. Just reflect what do you know about the topic, because we know that sometimes you don't have much information about the topic, but still you're going to discuss it.
Yes.
Okay.
Is the topic of task 2 and will we be asked to write about a certain topic, or are we going to be given مثلا
I'll
two topics and we
cover
choose?
this point. I will cover this point.
Okay.
Now in the second part, now we covered the positive views. Now we're going to see the opposition. Now, people who oppose the widespread of use of GM. How many ideas have I left you here?
One. That
Only
is
one.
justified. Yes.
Only one. We said the GM techniques. People who oppose this idea worry that there could be long-term negative effects. I explained only one idea. Now, what did you understand? Do I stand for is a GM or against GM?
Against GM, because
You give more.
You give
more
more
advantage.
explanation for the idea. Yes, in detail.
So you think that this writer opposes GM?
Yes, maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe after.
What about the
reading
others?
Yes.
Hello, my friends. Do you think that the writer opposes?
No, I
the
think he
GM?
talked objectively, because he explained this in the first paragraph and he explained this in the second paragraph. So when we read, we feel ourselves next to our opinion.
Okay. Any other idea?
I think he is against, because after reading the explanation of the idea, I think the writer is against.
Okay, so okay, as a writer, or as a speaker, I'm talking to you, and I gave you 3 different ideas why online teaching is perfect, and I give you only one idea why online teaching is not. So does this mean that I'm against online teaching?
No, you support. You support.
I supported it. I brought 3 different ideas saying that this is really good, and I gave you only one point that it's not good. So I support it. So I guess that the next slide will say that GM food is perfect. Here he said GM techniques worry that there could be long-term negative effects. They are concerned that he explained more. He gave more details. He gave an example. He said that there is some evidence to suggest that GM food can contaminate and such and such. So this is what you asked about, Mrs. Dalia. You're going to mention an idea, you explain it, you give examples. This is how you form your body paragraph. Okay?
Okay.
And here, in conclusion, why did I use in conclusion here?
To summarize what you said before.
And
but in another word.
And to tell the reader
the opinion.
And also your opinion.
And to tell the reader that, hi, bye-bye, I'm leaving. This is the last thing that you're going to read. And here I personally tend to agree with these concerns. I think that while there may be obvious benefits to GM, they present more potential dangers. Their impact could be so large and so irrelevant. So here he mentioned that he was against or he was for in the last paragraph. You don't have to mention it in the beginning. You can mention it in the beginning, and I'll send you.
But it's better.
He is
better
against.
at the
He's
end.
not for.
Yes.
But now he's against, he's not for.
Yes, I know. We're discussing, I know. He's against, that's why he said.
I'm lost a little bit.
Why?
Because we were saying that he mentioned more advantages than the disadvantage. The one point he mentioned in the disagreement part. So what does this indicate? Does it
Yes, we
necessarily
said that.
indicate?
Yes, I said that he's for, but here he said that I rely that it has more dangerous or more dangers than the benefits. Okay, so sometimes you can say that I rely on this or I rely on that. This is my own point of view, but the writer has a different one. Okay. So here,
And
what I
because
care
in the
for,
second slide, he told frankly that they couldn't prove that they are harmful, not harmful. So as if he is telling that it is harmful.
yes, excellent. Yes, and it's a polite way. It's a polite way to say that this is bad. So when you tell someone that, hi, oh, I'm so sorry, but your t-shirt isn't very expensive. What does this mean? It's very cheap. Okay. Okay, guys. So here, what I care for is that what we're going to see now. We're gonna differentiate between having a strong view and a balanced view. This may be one of the questions that you should have asked me. You should have asked me, so which way should we take? So sometimes you can say, I completely agree, or I completely disagree. Okay, or sometimes you have to stay in the middle, like what Mrs. Sana said. Oh, I'm on the fence now. I can't decide which one should I take, which side should I take. So here, how you're going to organize your paragraph. You start with an introduction, and can you hear me?
Yes, we're all ears.
So you introduce the topic in the introduction, and you can state your opinion clearly. You say, I completely agree, I completely disagree. Then you have a main paragraph, which is the body. You sign in with another reason. This is when you take one strong, not balanced, because from the beginning you said I, and then you write the conclusion in which you repeat your idea and you summarize your opinion. MashaAllah, I know that you know how you're going to form your paragraph, okay? But here we're talking about the idea of having strong point of view or balanced point of view.
But in this way, we don't mention the against or the opposite point of view at all in the strong.
This is strong agreement
or disagreement.
You didn't or disagreement. You didn't mention the other one because
we don't
agree or disagree. Yes.
Okay, we don't even mention how other people think.
Yes. Okay. So look at this example. The fact that man has walked on the moon might not have a direct effect on our. Oh, I think that we lost some ideas here. Okay. Here, this is the question that we should be dealing with. Do I have to discuss both sides or should I support one side? Can you give me your answer?
It depends.
Yes.
It depends. In some cases, if I have what to say in both sides, I can mention them and then give my opinion. If I am really decided on a certain side, I can simply go for the strong view.
So if he asked you to discuss both ideas, you have to discuss both ideas. Then if you say, if he said, give me your opinion, you give your opinion. But if he said, to what extent do you agree or disagree, then you can just choose your side and just defend it, support it.
So it depends on the question, what the question requires.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Here, look at this example. Here, this is what we have previously explained. You're going to write your topic sentence, which includes your idea. There are several reasons why I believe GM food is bad. You have your first reason. You can explain why. Then you have an example, if you have an example. Then you have a second reason. and you explain why, and you give an example. Then you have a third reason. Okay, so this is how you're going to organize your body paragraph. Okay, some ideas about the benefits of mobile phones. Can you just tell me what are the benefits of mobile phones? Can you state only one at least?
Connecting
Easy
with
communication.
Communication
Handy.
with others.
Yes, great. What else?
researches quickly,
Yes, perfect.
available resource,
Great.
use it at any time, even on bed.
Yes. Okay, so let's see. As you said, it's the most popular one now. It's also that you stay in touch and you communicate with your friends everywhere. You can send text. It's you can use it for a variety of purposes.
Yes.
Now they have become fashion accessories, or they have like a revolution. They revolutionized the way we communicate because we have video calls and we have audio calls and different, or we have like this meeting as well. Now, I have organized my ideas. How many ideas have we mentioned? Like 5, right?
Yes, 5.
Okay. Now I need to put them in order. Look at now how we organize them in order. They say by linking these ideas and adding a few things, we can write a paragraph. So if we go back here and remember the ideas that we have, we said that it's the most popular. This is idea 1. Idea 2, we stay in touch with family and friends. We use them for different purposes: surf the internet, take photos, listen to music, text messages.
Accessories.
Yes,
Fashion
about the accessories, and that they
Finally, the way of
revolutionize the way we communicate. So these are 5 ideas, and I would like you to read now and see how we connected these ideas together by adding just few things and made a whole paragraph. Because if you looked at the number of the words needed, you may think, oh, 250 words are too much. This is too much for us. But if you just studied how you're going to organize this, you'll find that they are somehow not that difficult. Here, and we continued giving more ideas. So the body now is about 100 words.
So the first 3 ideas are mentioned and justified, giving reasons, and there are links built. And the last 2 are simply merely mentioned at the end.
You can add more ideas. And when you add more ideas, you're going to add more words. So from ideas to paragraphs, it's always recommended for planning. I have a question here. The main reason people go to work is to earn money. To what extent do you agree or disagree? So to what extent do you agree or disagree? Does this mean you're going to give your opinion? Or you're not going to give your opinion?
Of course, we're going to give the opinion, and we don't have to discuss both sides.
Perfect. So let's see, what do we have here? First of all, you're going to mention the ideas that which points are you covering here? So agree that money is the main reason for people work. People look at salary first. Before you start working, you say, how much are you going to give me? And you need to live, to pay bills, to buy food. This is why you go to work. You look after your family, you save for the future. Or if I told you, Shaima, I need you to do this task, how much you're going to give me? I'm not going to give you anything. Okay, bye-bye. I'm not going to do the work. Right? So are you going to go to work, Mrs. Sana, if they said that you're not going to receive your salary?
I love volunteering, yes. I'm
going to tell you.
If it wasn't the big fat salary I want.
I'm
I
going
want
to tell your
Volunteering
manager
is totally different from when you're deciding on a
from
job.
work, yes.
Yes, we can do both, but when it comes to getting paid, you choose the best for you or the job that gives more money.
The session is recorded, Mrs. Sana, and I'm going to send it to your school. So you're going to work for free, inshallah.
Please don't. I was just kidding.
Okay. Okay. Now this is earn money. No European when their bosses cut their salary. We all need money to pay for our basic necessities, such as accommodation, bills, food. People who depend on wages they earn. I'm so sorry for the noise. Welcome to Egypt. They are conscious of the need to save for the future. If we no longer needed money, I doubt that most people would choose to continue for our jobs. These are the ideas that we discussed, and they made like 116 words for just a few ideas. When we reflected them in sentences and we connected them together using some simple words, look at the words in light blue here. We connected the ideas using before, into account, and such as, who, and at the same time. So these, what do we call these things that we...
Connectors or linking words?
Yes. The transition words or linking
Transition.
words. Yes. So here, some people think that museums should be enjoyable places to entertain people, while others believe that the purpose of museums is to educate. Did the writer here cover 1 point or 2 points?
2.
2 points, because he said that some people believe that museums are for entertainment. Some other people thought or believes that they are there to educate. So it has a purpose here. So discuss both views and give your own opinion. Now, can I just have a strong agreement and I say I talk about only one? No, because he said discuss both. So you have to cover both. Then you choose. You say, Wallahi, I guess that museums are there to educate people. They are not for just as a means of entertainment. So here we need to discuss both ideas. Okay.
And I have a question in such case. The topic here doesn't actually present two opposing ideas. They are just two ideas, two perspectives. Okay.
Yes.
So can my opinion be like a mix between the two? Why not having them to educate, but at the same time they can be entertaining?
This is what we call balanced view.
This is balanced view.
Okay. Both are okay.
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 Great.
You don't have to just
My
take
opinion
one side.
might be a third one, not to entertain and not to educate.
Not to have museums.
Maybe. Okay, now I need you to take, no, don't take a picture. Yes, take a picture, please. Or wait, give me 1 second. Yes, take a picture to do this as practice. And the answer is next. So when I just upload the file, you can just refer back to the sample answer. Have you taken taken a photo?
Yes, sent to the group.
Okay.
With one cube.
Okay.
You can see it in the group.
Okay, guys, what is this? Tell me what's this, please.
Traffic signs.
Why do we use them? Why do we use them?
To alert
for the
driver. To alert the driver if there is like a working.
For taking the driving license.
Okay, away from
to take the driving license only.
away from the driving license. If you see one of them in the street, what does it tell you?
Each one has a message.
Perfect. Yes. So do you think there is a relation between this slide and the writing task that we're doing?
Yes.
How?
We should follow the rules.
Yes.
MashaAllah, Mr. Ahmad, you're a good person. You're following rules. Okay. What else?
Rules are made
using
to be
connectives
broken.
and a good introduction to guide the reader.
Yes, great. You're so close, mashallah. What else?
It's just like each topic or each takes us to a certain direction or gives us
Very,
a line.
very close, very close.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some
So
signs
these,
are to do and some signs
The
are
transition
not
words.
to
Yes, I
do.
was thinking of the
Who
transition
said
words.
that?
yes, yes,
But someone else
mashallah.
was talking over.
Okay, okay. So transition words are like road signs. They tell you where you're going to go before you reach an exit. So that's why, and if you remember that, if we said that when you're going to finish a paragraph, you can use some words to tell the reader that next point will be such and such. If you can, we use some certain phrases or some certain sentences that tells people what are they reading next. So if you read as a result, then you know that I'm going to tell you a result of the action that I have previously mentioned. Or when I say, on the other hand, what do you expect to find after the phrase on the other
Contradictory
hand?
idea. A
Yes.
contradictory idea.
So this is what we call, this is what we say, they tell you where to go. Here in this part, we say that we use transition words in the beginning of the paragraphs, especially the second and the third. But mainly we don't use it in the beginning, because in the beginning we just give you the introduction and tell you that we're talking about such and such. So here are some examples. I left you a file with not only one file, maybe 3 files containing transition words for different purposes.
Great.
Whether it's to add or to contrast or to do whatever you like.
You know, Mr. Hussein, the problem is we know most of them, but when it comes to writing, it's not easy to recall them. So do you have a recommended way of like making it easy for us to recall them and use them more often in our writing?
Can you answer? Can anyone answer?
Practice makes perfect.
But that's it. That's it, mashallah. When you practice, you're going to use it.
The
I
same
would
way
like
of using idioms.
Everything, when you practice and you tell yourself that I'm gonna practice now writing using transition words, so it's done. Okay, so concerning cohesion and coherence, when you just put your ideas in order, you're not going to use many linking words, because using too many linking words is not good for your writing. So putting your ideas in order will help you too much. Okay, so here, as we said, put your ideas in logical order, and you're not going to need many linking words. Use linking words like and, but, also, firstly, secondly, and you have a variety of this. Read the following essay in this lesson. Wild animals have no place in the 21st century, so protecting them is a waste of our resources. So would you please take a picture of this or take a screenshot? To what extent do you agree or disagree? This is another practice that you need to do. To what extent do you agree or disagree? You may not mention the two sides. You can just take one side and just defend it. And here is the practice. Okay, here, session, inshallah. And task 2, you must organize your writing and use appropriate language. We said that in the first task, you may spend like 20 minutes. In the second, you spend 2 words. As we mentioned, you don't have to use terminology or scientific terms. Yes, you need to mention your opinion. You need to give your opinion. So not for, you don't have to. Sorry. Of course, no way that you can use short notes. You have to use complete sentences, and you have to use a variety of structures. And you're not going to copy the question. We agreed upon these. Yes. You're free to write on the question sheet, because it's up to you. That no one will take it. No matter how many times you read that type of questions. So in the exam, if you have, to what extent do you agree or disagree? You say, oh, I know this, I'm not going to read it. No, you have to read it carefully and analyze the topic. Do not forget to do this. You need to brainstorm your ideas. You need to decide what are you covering in this topic. And here we're going to tell you about how you're going to divide your paragraphs. And this is what I'm going to say now is a recommendation. You can follow it, you can use your own, it's up to you. So before you start writing, you should have a plan. And this is what you teach your students. And I know that what I'm saying now is not that difficult for you. So we recommend that you divide it into introduction, then body paragraphs, maybe 2 or 3. It's up to you. And then the conclusion. Just practice what will make the difference, inshallah. Okay, so as I told Mrs. Dalia in the beginning, that no need to be afraid, because we still have some time before we can do the test, inshallah. Here, how you're going to divide the task. So you have to spend 10 minutes on planning the structure of your ideas. So which ideas are you covering? And do you have enough explanation? Do you have examples for these ideas or not? Then you have to spend 5 minutes writing the introduction, which is 2 to 3 sentences. You spend 20 minutes on the main body, 10 for each paragraph. This makes like 25. And then you spend 5 minutes writing the conclusion. And you have 10 minutes to just reread the paragraph for checking grammatical mistakes, misspelling, punctuation rules, and so on. I guess that this way you're going to find it easy. I don't need to remind you with the design of your paragraph. You may have the 2 different styles, and I guess that you remember this.
The block and the...
Yes. Now, what about the types of questions? Today we covered the first 2. Number 1, to what extent do you agree or disagree? Some people think that the only purpose of working hard is to earn money. To what extent do you agree or disagree? And we said that we may just take one side and support it, and thank you so much. And the second one, we discussed this today. Discuss both views and give your opinion. Some people or some believe that punishment is the only purpose of prisons, while others believe that prisoners exist for various reasons. So here we saw that you have to mention the first side, you have to mention the second side, then you give you decide which side are you going to support. Number 3 and 4 will be covered next session, inshallah. Number 3, this is number 3, and this is number 4. Number 5 will be for the last session, and we're going to discuss it carefully. Now I have 6 questions. Ask for you to have 6 in here.
Yes.
Okay,
No.
both
Only
views.
your
No
opinion.
need
Yes,
for
he wants the
opinion.
opinion.
No.
Yeah, it's
What about
need.
number 4, 5, 6? Do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? Is this a positive or a negative development? What are the benefits and drawbacks?
Number 4, it's need.
Hmm.
Number 4.
5?
This positive or negative development.
طبعا, this is an opinion. Number
Opinion.
yes,
Okay.
his
Opinion.
opinion. Yes.
And number 6?
No opinion
No,
needed.
doesn't need.
No.
Okay. So here, only 2 of the above questions do not ask for your opinion. If the question did not ask for your opinion, so don't give your opinion. Thank you so much. So number 2 and number 6 are discussion questions. So we're discussing. You don't give your opinion because you're talking about uncovering 2 sides, while 1 and 5 are opinion questions, and 3 and 4 discussion with opinion. You discuss first, then you give your opinion second. This is what we're doing with analyzing the question, because if you remember that the IELTS focuses on how you're going to analyze questions, because they need to know if you understood the question or not. Okay. As I mentioned before you start writing, you should be ready with your explanation, with your reasons, if you have examples, if you have facts, if you have ideas. Okay. Okay. Here, this is what I guess it's Shaima, you asked me about what are the topics that we cover or something like that. Or this is what Mrs. Dalia said in the beginning, that we can use the social perspective, economic, cultural, psychological, However, in the lines in red, don't just rely on what you personally might think. We don't want your own ideas. Here, this is what you're going to upload on the site. So please take a screenshot. Just wait. Yes, now.
Now, when you upload this picture,
Why? Sorry.
The
On
feedback. Get them.
Miss Asma, send you the.
She's sending.
Yes, you have to
maybe
check the site.
I will try to.
So have you taken a screenshot or taken
Yes,
a photo
and sent
for
to the
this?
group too. Yes.
Okay. So here.
Please
I
write,
guess
this is
that-
our task.
Yes. So that was your task, and inshallah you're going to do it. I just would like to remind you that we need to send the task before the deadline, and you know that the deadline is on Monday. So before Monday, inshallah, I expect that you send the task to Miss Asma and upload your task, and she's going to reply soon. And if you have any concerns, you can just send me your question and I'll send it to her, or I can answer you myself. So today I would like you now to tell me one idea that you learned today about task 2.
Mr. Hassan, what about the due date?
Monday. It's Monday. It's always Monday.
Next Monday.
Inshallah. Today we covered the first 2 types of task 2, which is to what extent do you agree or disagree, and discuss and give your opinion. So now we said task 2, 40 minutes, and for task 2, yes, it should take 40 minutes. Okay, what else do you remember? We have 5 types, yes, and we covered 2. Great. What else? Any idea? We should plan. This is really great. We should plan. Yes, planning. Excellent. Planning is amazing. You should use linking words. Excellent. Yes. What else? Linking words are the road signs that we use before we reach an exit. Yes, to prioritize our ideas, and do not forget that we give an idea. We may explain it. We can give an example. Yes. Yeah, if they ask you about the opinion, you have to mention it. Yes. Okay. So thank you so much.